made it back to Jess's grandmother's house at about 2 in the morning last night. So today is move-in day, the day we've been waiting for. So here it is in her driveway. Look at this, it barely fits. We're out in the road a little bit, but we're only going to be here a day, and then we're heading to some friend's house. So here it is before we move in. So here it is, nice and fresh and clean. What do you think?
Welcome to our home.
Right.
I'm so excited. It's not even real yet. Like, towing it back home last night was so crazy.
What was that, like 350 miles, 400 miles?
Something like that. It took us about 6 hours. So, come along for the house tour. This is our master. Obviously, the lovely design that comes with any and all new RVs that will be replaced ASAP. We both have really great space on each side. Because there aren't end tables, they have a little ledge up here for us with power cords and USB cords. Lots and lots of storage up top. All three are open across. And then,
What's next?
Lots of drawers, fun stuff. Come through here to the master bath.
Part of the reason why we chose this is this bathroom in between the living space and the bedroom, just to have a little bit of separation, just to give it that homey feel. And this is why we went away from the Winnebago, because it was just, you walked in and everything was just there.
Right, you're in the bathroom, in the living room.
Our big debate was Winnebago versus fifth wheel, because that was the only travel trailer we liked. And then we were really basing on the Grand Design Reflection 28BH, I believe it was, which is this exact layout but in a fifth wheel. So then we found this one. We didn't want to go so long. We just said, what's another 3 feet? It's a lot, but here we are. We're in that fifth wheel layout that we loved, and
in a travel trailer.
In a travel trailer.
Yep. So tons of good storage in the bathroom, which we really, really love. And I'm about 5'10" and a half, and we still have like a lot of headroom, so I don't feel crammed in here. Lots of room, lots of space.
And this,
can I just tell you?
Yes.
You can live on these. This is my favorite part of this entire RV. I love the countertops, I love the design. Mainly what I hated about all travel trailers was the lack of prep space, lack of countertop space. Right.
And this definitely has it.
This is fantastic too. Full-size microwave convection oven. And my big sink.
The sink is huge.
Love it. So the Winnebago had a divide through the center. I really love having one big open sink. That'll be much more usable. And this is another one of our favorite features.
Oh yeah, the Winnebago, not that you couldn't install one, the Winnebago did not have a max airflow. And it has a rain sensor and all that, and controls for it as well. We've been using it, and it seriously, I think I turned it on 10 minutes ago and it was at 80. So just having that on, pulling air through, has helped immensely. I can't wait to do this tour again after we've been living in it for a little bit. It's going to look a little different.
It is. It'll be nice to put our touches on it, but we want everybody to see what it looks like right now before we do anything. And if we didn't already have enough countertop space, this pulls up as well, which is one of the bigger arms that I've seen. It's like a wider area up here.
That's the other main reason we went away from the Winnebago. The Winnebago was just open bunks, and I really felt like that wasn't enough privacy for the girls to change and just have their own space. They needed their own space.
I tried a whole bunch.
You guys waiting?
Look who we have.
Yes, we're waiting.
So they have huge beds that they cannot wait to decorate and put their own little storage in here. And then they have this, all this storage.
Winnebago had nothing.
Winnebago had nothing. We would have had to dig into kitchen storage,
which wasn't even as much room as this
and have it split between bins. And now they can be human and
have some stuff.
And have their stuff.
I'm glad we can finally be human.
So what do you think? What's your favorite part, Lily?
Of my, well, I can't really sit up in here, but there's this one spot.
Oh yeah, I saw you doing that earlier.
Can just go up.
Alright, so that's your favorite spot about the whole thing, about the whole
whole RV? What's
No.
your favorite thing about the whole RV?
I got my little couch over there. That's mine.
That's yours.
That's all yours?
Okay.
Okay.
That's
All right. What about you, Layla?
I think my favorite thing about
Were you gonna say something else? We'll go back to you.
I think my favorite part of the RV is that there's a lot of space for friends and family to come over and stay with us, and that's one of my favorite parts about it.
All right, that is good. There's a lot of space.
This entire time she's been waiting, she's planned this entire speech. I've just been like,
All right. What else were you gonna say?
I was gonna say just like because when I was in here, when we slept last night, not last night, the night before, I just fit in this teeny little spot over here. I just fit like 5, and I can also sleep this way.
It's so
I can
big.
sleep like 15 different directions if I
So you
wanted.
get all your crap in there.
There you
So
go,
that's
guys.
it. That is the pre anything in it tour.
So we reached the second day of moving in, and we've done pretty well so far. We were able to get rid of about 6 bins worth of stuff just in our bedroom. The storage in the space is so awesome. So it's not efficiently packed, but for now we have everything in here, and our armoire storage over here. So great. Thank you, Brand Design. That was awesome. So bathroom is packed and we still have plenty of storage in there, including all of our towels. So we have 1 bath towel for all of us and 1 beach towel for everybody. So that gives a lot of space. Lots of bins in here, most of which is going to be going away probably. So that's why they're in the center right now. We still have so much storage in all of the cabinets, so much pantry space that I really don't think food is going to be as much of an issue as we were concerned that it would be. And then the girls were able to put away about 5 bins of stuff. This is the amount that we have emptied already.
Oh, when we threw away like 5 or 6 bins.
We have bins that broke on or in transit.
And we gave some away. Okay, so we're headed to some friend's house to wait for some packages and whatnot. It's super tight to get in their driveway, so it should be interesting. That's where you'll see us next.
Gonna work on those backup skills.
Okay, so what you're about to see is really, it's really embarrassing. I could not back into this driveway. There was a deep culvert right on either side of the road, and then you had posts, and
Everyone had posts. There are fences everywhere.
yes, so I couldn't do it. I mean, I could do it now, but I couldn't do it. What I see now is I should have driven further and started turning it and getting my truck where it needed to be and have the trailer starting to move. Anyways, it was awful. It's just embarrassing. The neighbor yelled at us, hey, do you want to pull into, because they were seeing me struggle backing up. They're like, you want to just pull into our yard and then back in to where you're trying to go?
They have like facing driveways, so we were gonna try to pull into his and back down into our friends.
And I couldn't even do that. Like, I couldn't even do that.
I don't know if it was possible to do that actually.
It might not have been. Our trailer just turns so slow. So you can see us here on the almost touching. We're like literally a 1/4 inch away from hitting this post.
I wasn't even filming. I don't even think where it was like the closest. There was a point where like I probably could have slid a piece of paper.
I can't believe there's any filming because I was all stressed out that we just got
You
this
were
trailer.
stressed out.
We had the trailer like 3 days or something and failing miserably just to start. So
Our friend, however, has driven trucks his whole life. He grew up as a logger in Maine and in Florida, and he said to Corey, this is the hardest thing you're ever gonna have to like do because of the way that this is set up.
He was just being nice.
Maybe.
He was just being nice because it was embarrassing. So
It was tough though. For your first one, you chose a really good one.
So we had to get off of that post, we had to detach the truck and basically just reattached at a different angle to push it the way we wanted to go. And it worked.
Yep.
We didn't break anything.
Nope, nothing got scratched.
We backed down the driveway and camped.
We stayed.
And we stayed.
Yeah.
And it worked out great. It did, but it was a little stressful at the time. We didn't do too much filming because I was ready to kind of relax because it took like 45 minutes.
It's a little bit of a process.
Yeah. So
we celebrated.
We lit off
with
some fireworks.
Old-fashioned fireworks.
Hey, you can't go wrong.
Kids had a blast.
With fire and danger and sparks and all that. The whole time we were there, I was also just kind of stressed out about leaving because I was like, it's gonna be, how am I even gonna get out of here? Is it gonna be the same situation? And it was a little difficult to pull out, but we pulled out pretty easy. It only took like 2 minutes to pull out, 2 tries.
You did great.
So that means if you can pull out of somebody, if you can just drive out of someplace, you should be able to back, you should actually be able to back in easier. Anyways, again, embarrassing. But we all get...
It's okay.
We all get a moment.
There's a learning curve to all of this.
Yeah. I don't know how we could do this whole journey without people like Tim and Margie. I mean, they were the very first people besides your nanny to help us. We said we needed a place, and they're like, we'll get you whatever you need. So
because like we said in our last video, once you take ownership of your trailer, then you have to have it somewhere. You have to park it places. You have to keep the refrigerator on. There's all these things you have to keep going.
And we are not on an unlimited budget here. So.
No.
So all these people that we've encountered along this journey have just...
They've made it possible for us.
They've made it possible. So thank you all. You all know who you are.
We're about to pull into our very first RV park. Yes. How's everyone feeling?
Yes. Party time.
I'm in love with this hose. What the heck is it? It's G.
Zero gravity
G.
or something like that. 0 G.
I've had a lot of hose being a detailer, and I like this one. You can coil it right up, and it's not like the.
You've had a lot of hoses instead of a lot of hose.
Yeah. And it's not like the little bucket box fabric one, because that thing shrinks down and you can't lay it out. It shrinks and you gotta stretch it. This one stays the same length. So, oh, 0 G, it's right there. Get this thing. Nothing says newbie quite like opening a brand new sewer set on a brand new trailer. For getting the looks from the neighbors. So we've been dry camping all over the place. We haven't dumped yet. So we have almost a full tank right now. So here's the first dump. I'm pretty relieved about this. We've been driving around with it for a while. All right, well, the last debate was, do you leave the gray and black open? Or, I feel like I should know this already, but do you leave them open or close them and then dump them periodically so you got, you know, flow? I don't know why I had never thought of this, but you leave them closed until you are ready to empty the black tank, and then you use the gray water to flush it out. Because if you leave your tanks open, you'll have issues with, basically it'll dry out, and you don't want it to dry out, and you'll end up with a big mess. So
right, and there's also issues that I've heard about where like you can actually start getting bugs and like fly infestations if that line is left open. So make sure that all of your tanks are closed until you need to empty everything out, even if you're hooked up at a park that has sewer at your site. a 1,000 Trails membership was included when we purchased the RV, and that made this a really great option for us. Peace River was our first campground ever, and it was a part of our membership, and we were able to stay for 2 weeks and really get like the lay of the land, figure out what the whole like campground situation is.
Learn how to RV basically.
Yeah, definitely. It gave us like a calm like place to learn how to do this. So we were able to stay for 2 weeks, and that also gave us a really good opportunity to test out our tanks. So we knew we wanted to boondock, we knew that was going to be our style of RVing, and we really wanted to know what our limits were with our black tank and our gray tanks and our water tanks.
So we just basically, we had hookups, but we pretended we didn't, and just saw the limits, see how far we could go. And we found out that we can go about a week then, and even now we can go even longer.
Probably a little longer.
I think we can go about 10 days, being careful with everything.
Right.
So that was just good information to know. So that's where we tested stuff out.
The girls loved all of the different pools and spas and miniature golf, which is quite a frustrating game.
Yeah, as you can see right here. We call this one Frustration Corner. She tried it like 2 seconds later. She picked her club back up, and she got right back in the game and almost got a hole in one. Round 2. Here we go.
Oh, so close to a hole in one. Sweet.
High five.
We had been in Florida for a couple months at this point, and we still had yet to see a Florida gator, and so Peace River is where we had our first gator sighting.
All right, so we have spotted a gator. So we're gonna go down to the river and check it out. I had to go back and get the camera.
And our neighbors told us about this amazing U-Pick strawberry patch that was right down the road from the campground. It was like $5 for a
just
huge
a giant bucket
of strawberries. So we went and picked a whole bunch of strawberries, got to meet the owner of the farm, which was super fun.
It's always fun meeting locals and talking to, just meeting new people. It doesn't matter, it's awesome. It's what it's all about.
That's right. So I don't know if you recognize this RV, but this is the Class C that we stayed in at the Tampa RV show. This is my grandmother's, and she was able to drive down while we were at Peace River and spend a few nights there in her camper, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
And our last first of this trip was the worst and best part of RVing that we've come to realize. And that's making friends so quickly and connecting with people so quickly and then having to say goodbye to them.
Yeah, that stinks.
So we said goodbye to our neighbors and new friends, and we are heading to stay at our first national park.
Our stay here was just a great first experience. Lots of learning, and
thanks, 1,000 Trails.
Yeah.
It was great.
We'll see you guys down south in the Everglades.
Bye.